Globalization is a global movement in which international economies are losing their boundaries and connecting. Companies are no longer in jail and may carry out a variety of business operations across the world. Many firms globally are present in marketplaces, acquire their raw materials, or perform research and development across the globe. Trade barriers are falling, and world trade between goods and services countries is expanding faster than domestic output. As a result, firms cannot afford to trust that a local market success would translate to profitability in the long run. There are two types of globalization. Market globalization 1, which refers to the merged history of national and independent marketplaces into one primary global market. 2. Production globalization, which refers to businesses' propensity to locate suppliers of products and services from places across the globe to take advantage of national price and quality variations in production variables. There are different examples of globalization, one which include intergovernmental organizations. For example, European Union, the UN, the World Bank, the WTO, and the International Monetary Fund, example IMF. You have the intergovernmental treaties, where many countries worldwide have committed themselves to international investment and trade agreements or trade policies to facilitate their use. For example, the North American Free Trade Agreements include the Comprehensive Economic and Trade Agreement. There are factors that promote globalization, for example, the political change, technology advancements, international business climate, market development, expenses, competitions, right? And in every business, they must embrace certain goals in order to keep up with the trends of globalization. One which may include being able to compete in a new environment. Companies should consider expanding their operations abroad despite the economic slump and worries about government involvement. Strategic changes, where company strategies should be rethought to guarantee that innovations produced in one nation are economically viable in other countries. Increasing the diversity of management teams. As businesses deepen and expand their international markets, the demand for culturally diverse management teams becomes more urgent. In globalization, management plays a major role. Since its choices help create an image worldwide, given that consumers' habits transcend national borders, the management job under such circumstances is to develop solutions that are optimally suited to all these requirements in a global society and benefit the enterprise it manages. Management should discover answers to their workers' diversity, multinationality, habits, and lifestyles and create methods that reconcile the difficulties they achieve effectively in their primary duties as complicated decision makers. Management should utilize training and development of employees to assist individuals in enhancing their skills, performance, and cultural awareness. Management should also consider decreasing the distance from power. The power gap indicates the extent to which less powerful members of institutions and organizations are expected and accepted. Note, though, that all these strategic changes should be made by keeping in mind the cultural differences of people working with the enterprise. For example, if the particular group of employees belongs to an individual-centric society, then the policies should be made around that concept. Or in some countries are comfortable with having power distance in the workplace, so be it. There are many drawbacks of globalization. One that may include globalization contributing factor to the world's unemployment crisis. Even though it has created specific job opportunities, in fact, global economic integration as well as a growth in international travel have resulted in greater competition at both the national and corporate levels, pushing businesses and individuals to look for new methods to reduce cost while increasing efficiency and productivity. While globalization for many nations tends to boost economic development, growth is not the same. Wealthy countries typically gain more than poor ones. Globalization strategy benefits firms with means and infrastructure to run their supply chains or distribution in many different nations, hedging small local enterprises. This is my understanding of globalization. Thank you.